Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and yes, I'm wearing the same t-shirt as I was in the last video. It's who I am as a human being. But anyway, today we are gonna do a tag, and we're gonna do the fall activities book tag. Hold on, sorry, notification, go away. Yes, this is called the fall activities book tag. It was originally created by Ashley at Dreaming Through Literature. I got this off of the ZZ with Books blog because they have a big long list of all tags. And yeah, I will leave it linked down below as always. So yes, fall activities, because can it be autumn now, please? Thank you. I'm done with being sweaty. Anyway, so let's go. So the first activity is apple picking. A book on your TBR that looks so delicious you can't wait to take a bite out of it. And for me, that is a book that I have already started, and that is The Night Blood Prince by Molly X. Chung. Now, obviously she is the author of To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, which I read last year, and you guys know I loved it. The sequel for that doesn't come out until next year, but that's totally fine. I have this. And yes, I've already started it. I'm going to be tabbing and annotating it. Ooh. Which is making the reading process even better. I'm only like 30 pages in, but already I'm so excited to really get in there and take a bite. So yeah, I forgot to take a drink of water. So before we carry on, no matter what the season, what did I fuck off? Let's take a drink before we carry on. If you have yet to hydrate today, please do so. Anyway, so that was that. The next activity, corn maze. You will never catch me doing a corn maze, okay? I've listened to far too many stories from Mr. Nightmare about corn mazes, and nope, I shan't be doing that. But anyway, the prompt for that is a book that is so much fun to get lost in, and I picked Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, just like this whole series all together. And you know, I love fairy tales, and you know, I love magic, I love fantasy, y'all know, and this has everything just that I love. It's a shame that I mean, if this had come out when I was a kid, I would have devoured this. Do you know what I mean? And I love this so much. And the other series goes along with it, the Tale of Magic series. It's a trilogy. But this is about two twins, Alex and Connor, and their grandmother, for their birthday, gives them a book with all the fairy tales and stuff in it as a present. And one night, Alex is sitting reading it, and this light comes out of it, and they both end up inside the storybook, inside the Land of Stories, and the shenanigans go from there. It's great. And I would recommend this to anyone, honestly. If you're a person that loves fairy tales and all the shenanigans that go with that, that's great. Or if you've got a young child, maybe 12, 13 years old, that you think would enjoy this, absolutely. It's great. It's wonderful. The next one, haunted houses. Again, I watch people on YouTube go into haunted houses, but you shan't be catching me in one, okay? No, I don't mess with that. A book that scared you silly. Well, I don't read scary books. I don't. I mean, sometimes scary stuff would happen in the books. I mean, there's Holly Jackson, but like hers are thrillers, and like I would be on edge, but I wouldn't be scared. Like, there's a difference. Like, we're not like, you know. So no, I can't answer that question because I don't read scary books. The next one, pumpkin patch. Now, a pumpkin patch I would go to in the daytime, obviously. The latest book you picked up / purchased. Well, obviously The Night Blood Prince, but I also recently purchased this. Look how gorgeous. Get into it. The spine, lovely. The back, and it's got lovely sprayed edges. Is this signed? It's not signed, no. But I mean, it is the... Oh, it's got... Look at that. Look at you. Anyway, didn't notice that. But yes, Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. I don't really know what to make of this. I know that it's gangs, and our girl goes undercover to infiltrate said gang because apparently they murdered her parents, and that's all I know. And really, that's all I really want to know going into this. It feels like, is it giving Six of Crows, but in a more like fantastical setting, but with like actual magic, you know? Like, would you could think the Grisha are magical, but whatever. Anyway, that not the topic at hand. Keep your brain together. But this is the last book that I purchased. It's on my TBR for the Introverted Reader Readathon, which is happening in September, which I do have an announcement video for that on my channel if you want to go and watch that, if you want to participate. The next one, Scenic Drives. Now, I would go on a scenic drive. I would. A book that is lyrically beautiful. Now, I have two. I have Strange the Dreamer right here. It's been many years since I've read this. But Lani Taylor, like this book is beautiful. Let me just read you the first like little sentence. Names may be lost or forgotten. No one knew that better than Laszlo Strange. He'd had another name first, but it had died like a song with no one left to sing it. Now that's poetry. So I would go with this. I mean, and yes, this is the... Yeah. I'm rubbing it in. And also Dowry of Blood as well. Two very, very different books. But both lyrically beautiful. I mean, S.T. Gibson is a poet herself, if I'm not mistaken. She's written poetry before. But this book, I mean, as dark as it is, there is some beautiful like quotes in here that I've highlighted. But you find me alone, my lord, beaten down to a shadow of my former self and very near death. It was as though fate had laid me out for you, an irresistible banquet. Now that's the lyrical. So yeah, these two. I assume you know what both of these are about. Laszlo Strange is the main character in this one. He works in a library, and he ends up going on a very fantastical adventure to find a lost city. This one is sort of a retelling about Dracula's brides, told by the perspective of one, and just her experience with him and everything to do with that. This is really dark. I would be wary of content warnings before going into that one. But yeah, those two. Pumpkin carving. I love pumpkin carving. It's very messy because you gotta, you know, you cut it open, but then you have to dig out all the gunk, you know, and that's kind of gross. But carving it is fun. A book you didn't like and wouldn't mind carving up. It's very violent. I don't think I've ever disliked a book that much where I wanted to carve it up. Maybe Quicksilver, but I don't own that anymore. I gave it to my friend. I mean, I didn't hate it. Did I hate it? I mean, it was pretty bad. It wasn't very well written, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I guess for the sake of the question, lads, we'll say Quicksilver. Hiking. I don't do that. She doesn't go walking, or hiking at all. For this one, it's a book that was a highly enjoyable romp. Excuse you. But I guess one that I recently read, it's on my Kindle, but it's The Legends of Thesmar, I think it's called. The first one is called Blood and Steel, and they are super fast reads, and yes, they are highly enjoyable. The writing is good. I like the writing. They're fantasy books, but with like a romantic subplot by this girl who she wants to be a warrior, but in this world, women aren't allowed to carry blades. But she gets caught with a dagger, and then she ends up being brought in to the training ground where all the warriors train, funnily enough, and get trained to become one of them, a war sword. So yeah, there's that. Sorry, if I talk for too long, my throat gets so dry. But anyway, they're really easy to read, and you know, they're not the greatest thing I've ever read, but you know what? All in good fun. Drinking apple cider. I've never tried apple cider. A sweet book to curl up under the covers with. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is a really sweet book because it's about, at its core, this is about found family and allowing yourself to be open to the prospect of love. Allow yourself to be accepted. Don't hide yourself away just so that people will, you know, tolerate you or accept you. And yeah, it's beautiful. And yes, I definitely think you could easily curl up on the covers on a rainy autumn day with this. Absolutely. Yeah, so there's that. Oh. This is about, sorry, a man named Linus, and he works for this particular department of the government that looks in on houses that house special children, like magical children, and it's his job basically to go to those houses and look in and make sure everything's okay and everything's being run. And then this particular house, he goes in and he meets the man who's running it, Arthur, and he meets the children and he falls in love. He falls in love with Arthur, he falls in love with the children, and it's just beautiful. It's lovely. Did the sequel need to exist? No, but again, let me just keep my mouth shut before I offend anybody. Anyway, oh, jumping in a leaf pile. I've never done that, ever. And you wouldn't catch me doing it either. You would not catch me doing it either, because they'd be all wet. A book that reminds you of your childhood. I'm just gonna say Land of Stories again, because I was a fairy tale kid. I was all about the Disney stories, the fairy tales, the princesses, all that. I still am, you know, to this day. But yeah, like I would have loved this as a child. Trust me. Scary movie night. Favorite spooky read. I don't read spooky books. I don't read spooky books. Bonus. Costume party. I've never gone to a costume party. Well, actually, no. Do pre-formals count? Never mind. But yeah, I would love to go to a costume party. But anyway, a book with an eclectic cast of characters, and I do believe this is the last one. Is it? Yeah, it's the last one. So let me just set my laptop on the floor. I'm gonna be really basic and just say the Shadowhunter world, because there's so many different characters in this, and they're quite an eclectic bunch. They're quite the eclectic bunch, I will say. So yeah, the Shadowhunters, you know, there's a whole bunch of different series within this world, but like all the characters are so different, and they're so like wonderfully flawed and broken, and yeah, the Shadowhunters. So yeah, that is the end of the Fall Activities book tag. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to do the tag if you want. I'll leave a link to it in the comments. Let me know what sort of fall activities you like to get up to. You ever gone to a pumpkin patch? You ever gone to a costume party? Are you dressing up this year? Do all the things. Let me know in the comments. Leave a pumpkin emoji in the comments if you don't really have any words to say. Just leave the little pumpkin down there if you want. Also, if you want, all my socials are down below as always. Almost said Twitter. Don't have that anymore. Blue Sky, my Instagram / threads, and my TikTok if you want to follow me on there. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Ring the bell, leave a like so the algorithm knows you like me, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye bye.